It is Thursday the 7th of March. We are at Glass Eye Comedy in Ipswich. Yes, we are just rolling up there. Just to say, I'm probably going to say a lot on the back end of this because I don't know, I just got a lot to say. So we'll do the usual stuff and then yeah, sorry if it's a bit of a longer one, but I'll do that at the end. Looking forward to this gig. 10 minutes, I think. I've been doing a lot of gigs outside of London, and this is one of them. It's only an hour out of London, so hopefully it's not too bad. From a transport perspective, took the train, fuck that. Fucking busy, man. People commute from Ipswich to fucking London every day to work, but that's nuts. But yeah, I've started some new stuff, like I've been talking about that recently. It's put me in a very unstable point from a mental standpoint. I said, I feel like I'm in the wars, but there seems to be a little bit of light at the end of the tunnel. Some of it is going okay, it's starting to form itself a little bit, but because it's, it's so unfulfilled, it's just, yeah, it's just hard sometimes. But I've had a couple good gigs, couple bad gigs. Had a good one yesterday, trying some stuff out, really loosey-goosey. I'll maybe do a couple minutes of new material tonight, and then the usual crap. Yeah. Looking forward to it. I looked up beforehand. It's in a pub. Sometimes I've gone out of London expecting great things, but they said that they sold some tickets, and I think it's close to being sold out, which says like 40. It looks like a pretty comfy sized room, so hopefully it means it'll be a good night in terms of feedback. And yeah, hopefully they like what I have to say. But we'll see.
Give it up for Louis, what a great guy, well, I don't know about talking about hate crimes and then bringing on the black guy. I mean, this is not good for me, but no. My name is Chris Alley, and I started stand-up comedy almost 2 years ago, which is crazy because back then I actually had hope. But, no, do you know what? It's been going alright, it's been going pretty well. I've been getting some good feedback here and there. Not here, but coming all over fucking London. Come on, man, it's £50 that train ticket, do you know what I mean? Make it worth my while. Thank you, I don't need your praise. No, but the thing is, right, people have been coming up to me after gigs and saying, Chris, I really like your comedy, but it's just a bit too black. I know, what do these people expect, for me to joke like I'm a white person? I don't like skiing. What even is a quiche? I don't know. It's fucking eggy bread. Someone tell me. But I remember the first time someone came up to me after a gig and told me my comedy was too black. I almost spat the fried chicken out my mouth. I was so mad, I just wanted to shank them. No, actually, true story. I was so sad the first time I heard about it. I went home to tell my dad about it, and I realised, I haven't got one. Oh, it's too black, isn't it? Come on, too black. I can give you that shit. But, the thing is, right, people have been talking about privileges a lot in the last few years, and as a black person, we have privileges too, we get to say things that white people don't get to say, right? And I think it's because I heard this saying, right, and the saying is, not all white people are racist, but all racist people are white. And do you know who said that? Some black cunt. I get to say it. Come on, we all thought about it. You fucking thought about it, you pathetic cunt. Come on, look at him. He's fucking frothing in the mouth, yes. I got a new job recently, so, good for me. Oh, thank you, yeah. That's my fourth one. So, comedy ain't going too well. Fuck me. But, I'm a building manager, so it's like an office job, innit? And I don't know about if any of you got office jobs. When you start office jobs, they put you on all these fucking trainings, don't they? Like anti-bribery, anti-racism, anti-terrorism, all the good stuff gone right out the fucking window. Do you know what I mean? You know, the one that actually blew my mind was the anti-bullying training, right? Because for me, like as a big guy, I always thought bullying was like a physical thing, you know, fucking putting hands on someone, right? But apparently, there's psychological bullying, right? So now I know how to fuck with people's heads. You know what I mean? Fucking that guy that pisses me off at work. All I'm gonna do is get his milk, take it out, put it on the side, undo the lid, just leave it like that. Not even fucking drink it. Really fuck with him. Maybe fucking writing emails to all staff, being like, "Who's that fucking cunt? I bought that yesterday." Curdling. But you know, the one that really I really liked was actually the unconscious bias training, right? You know, because it's really important. I didn't really recognise it. You know what unconscious bias is? You know, it's like the thoughts at the back of your head you don't realise. You know, I really like the unconscious bias because it's always getting in the way of my conscious bias. You know, I want to know the exact reason I don't fucking like you. Right? I remember going out on this date with this girl, right? And I remember thinking at the time, like, you know, I'm not really sure if I'm interested. You know, she's got glasses, she seems smart. You know, that I'm not. So obviously, we're not a good match, really. But doing that unconscious bias training, I realised at the back of my head at the time I was thinking, the reason I'm not interested is because she had that weird gunk at the side of her mouth. Do you know what I mean? I was like, you know what I mean? I was like, fucking clear it out. You know what I mean? Coming to this day like that, I put my best hoodie on. You know what I mean? I see, like, just come out the station, there's Ipswich Town Football Stadium. Have we got any football fans in the house? Yeah, I'm a big football fan, me. Big football fan. Trying to become a medium-sized football fan, you know. But, still holding on to that Christmas weight since I was 12. But you might have heard about this, right? The Premier League recently released this list of the most influential black people in football, right? So really good stuff. You know, it's players like Rashford and Saka and the other one that missed. Guess what they called it? They called it the Blacklist. Oh. I know, like, outside of it being massively offensive, I just think it lacks creativity. Like, what is it's going to come up with next? The most influential Slovakians in football. They call it the checklist. I wrote that. Thank you. You guys are far too nice, man. Oh god. No, I get it, right? Like you're trying to recognise black people, right? But coming up with a list of black excellence is almost as bad as putting an all-black political party together and calling that party Slave Labour. Alright, that's a good fucking joke, alright? Stay with me. Look, I feel like in the last few years, people have tried to recognise black people in really weird ways. You know, they had the term BAME, that got cancelled. The one I never understood was the term person of colour. How did that get through? Obviously none of you get it because you're white, but look. See, like, the term person of colour means someone that isn't white. Now for me, any term that puts me and Lucy Liu in the same category, it's got to be a mistake, right? She's a 5'2" Asian woman that looks like she could fit in most people's pockets, and I'm not. You know? I'm a 5'10", 18 stone black guy. I can barely fit in most smart cars. You know what I mean? We are not the same people. Look, I'm a black guy, right? As you can tell. So I grew up without a dad, and I was speaking to this vegan in Whole Foods who told me that me calling myself black is actually a self-identifying preference. To be honest, I've got no clue what they then was talking about. You guys sound like you're from London. Fuck me. Look, yeah, if it was a preference, like, I'd have one of those big black dicks, you know what I'm saying? I'm sorry, I fucked up. I mean, look, my shit looks like 3 new potatoes just huddled together. Do you know what I mean? Give me a chair or something in the room. Did anyone in here grow up with like a bit of an annoying dad? Yeah? Must be nice. Until he's showing off at this point. You even brought me here. Like, you know, just rubbing in my face. No. I grew up with a single mum, wonderful single mum, you know. And growing up, she did all the typical things a dad would do, you know. Go out and play football. She talked to me about girls, what she calls legs. She even taught me how to shave, yeah. So I'll get between those legs, but you know. Hey, I'm a good son. Come on, we've all done it. No. There's something else about me is I grew up with a twin brother. So nice they made me twice. As my mum likes to say, 2 mistakes for the price of 1. Silly bitch. No, but you know, he's great, you know. But when people see me and my twin brother together, they say I look exactly like him, which really pisses me off because I think he's fucking ugly. But something about my twin brother, he's gay, which is great, you know. But when he came out, it really wasn't a surprise, you know, because we grew up together. You know, used to play games. We used to play doctors and nurses, you know, like the game where you play different characters in the hospital. Guess who my gay twin brother always wanted to be? It was Beyonce. I mean, always the wrist issue. I don't know. No. But when he came out, right, he came out when he was 18 years old, which was great, you know, because he was telling friends and family. The only problem I have is I'm a big homophobe. Big homophobe. Trying to become a medium-sized homophobe, you know? No, of course I'm not homophobe. I used to bath naked with a gay guy. No, you guys have been an absolute fucking treat. I've been Chris Alley. Thank you very much. It is the next morning. Pretty tired. Missed my train home. So I had to get one that was at 10:23. I got home about 12:30, so obviously had to get KFC and watch some TV, so I didn't get to bed till like 1. But all worth it. Fucking murdered my pants off, I'll be honest. You know, and the thing about, look, it's weird thinking about it because I listened back to the audio and I missed out a lot of words, you know, but they were just such a receptive audience and it was just brilliant, just absolutely brilliant. They were all into pretty much everything I was saying. I just felt like I was a little bit in my bag, you know. I did some old stuff, I did some of the newer stuff, I did some ad-libbing and you know, talking to the audience in short spurts, and it was just absolutely brilliant. I think the thing that really makes it special is the fact that there was some new stuff, like brand new stuff. I tried it yesterday or Wednesday for the first time. You know, I was just texting a mate about the unconscious bias stuff. He was doing unconscious bias training and I literally just said the line, my unconscious bias gets in the way of my conscious bias, and he laughed and I thought that's a bar right there. And then I just pretty much cobbled together some stuff yesterday on stage and it was pretty successful. But you know, sometimes you try stuff on the open mic circuit, and especially like, you know, this was a room that is very friendly. I go to quite often, although a lot of the comics are so new now, they don't even know who the fuck I am. They should know who the fuck I am. I'm like a granddad. You're 2 years into the open mic circuit and you're a veteran of the game. But so sometimes it's hard to know if the comedy actually works because people like you. And I think particularly in the open mic circuit, if you come across as confident, people appreciate that because they're just like nervous comedians and they just look at someone who is not nervous. So you can buy a lot off of that. In front of audiences, I'm finding that can be the case or it cannot be the case. You know, some people just like straight bars, and if they don't like what you're saying, then you know your personality is not really going to buy them much else. But yesterday they were all in. I'm really just excited about this new bit. The reason I said this one was going to be a bit long because it's just been a weird few weeks and I haven't put out the vlogs, but you would have seen them now because if you got up to this one then you've seen the rest. You know, it's been very precarious, like I keep saying, when you try new material, mixing stuff around, so it's a bit inconsistent, so you start questioning yourself a little bit more. and it's just hard. It's just actually a bit of a battle. You know, I try and stay pretty cool for the most part on the exterior, but anyone that knows me, you know, with some relative for a small period of time, I can't even talk. Sorry. They know, you know, I'm pretty emotionally dynamic. You know, a lot goes on. I'm not an absolute nut. Well, I am a nutcase, but I think I do a good job of pretending to be normal. So then battling and trying new stuff and it not going as well as you want. You know, even if people enjoy it, because you're not saying the lines that you want, because it's a little bit messed up, it's a bit scatty, you kind of question yourself. And I've had a few instances. The start of the year has been really, really good, but I've had a couple instances where it's just not been. I don't know. I've had weird stuff going on for me, and I guess it's kind of like a signal of maybe things for the future. You know, because for the most part, the feedback's been fantastic. It's been great, but you know, I had this email a couple months back from a booker for an open mic night. You know, who basically had said to me that they didn't want me on their night because they didn't think I suited the night. So I'd asked why, and it was basically because they thought I was essentially too offensive, punching down at my mum, making jokes, apparently giving her a slur because apparently she's beneath me. And you know, that's just one person's perspective. And then last week I did a gig, and I don't know if it was a joke. I mean, the person is a little bit balmy who posted on Facebook, but basically was writing a summary of the night and how great people were. And she said with me, even though just to try and act cool, I say sexist and ageist things, I'm actually really nice. Which, you know, I sense checked with a few people. They think she was probably trying to joke, I guess so. But just seeing that out on Facebook was a bit much. And I'm not one to do that, and I'm not gonna let it, you know, bother me too much. But the reason I say it is because I can imagine a set of circumstances in my mind where those one or two comments could really bother me, and clearly what I'm saying has, I don't know, the potential to put people off, I guess, offend people. You know, I'm trying to say it in really good jest. You know, I'm not trying to offend people. These are things I find funny. And, you know, I'm someone that swears and says things that are probably close to the edge. But ultimately, I just have to have faith and trust in what I'm saying. And you have nights like last night where people that are invested in it and are there to show a level of openness to what we're doing. And then for them to respond is just, that's what it's about. You know, that's what keeps you. That's the dream. That's what you think about when you're a kid, or when you dream about actually trying to stand up. Yeah, but no, it's just been a bit of a battle the last few weeks trying this new stuff. But I'm really, really, really excited. I think I might have some legs to the bits that I'm doing, and hopefully with that is. See, the hardest thing about that is that actually that's where sometimes you get a lot of the nerves, because this is the first time I'm turning over some new material and adding on to my set, my 10-minute set, and because I've been saying the same stuff for so long, you get accustomed to just good feedback and people liking you and saying good stuff, and then when you say things up on stage and it doesn't turn out or work out the way you want it, whether people like it or not, you know, if you're the type of person that just self-evaluates and maybe beats yourself up a little bit, that can happen. I mean, I listened back to the clip, and like I said, it wasn't even perfect, and I could hang my hat on that. And the reality is, it's like, you know, sometimes you can pat yourself on the back for absolutely fucking murdering, but really it's down to the audience. You know, I could say the same thing in 10 different rooms and get 10 different bits of reaction. So you can only really praise yourself so much, I feel like. You know, you could do well for coming up with something that most people like on most days, but once you've done that, it's like, all right, what can I do next? Because if you just start, I'm just great because this room liked this stuff this time, it's a bit of a weird one. So that's where you got to, I don't know, at least for me, try to evolve and build some stuff. And yeah, I'm just in a pretty good state of mind with it, and that hasn't been the case for the last 2 weeks. and it's nice to be able to at least finish this. I have a weird stretch. I've had a few gigs outside of London. I did King Gong. I've had some really big spots for me, and then a couple open mics. So it's nice to be able to finish that small short period, a lot of gigs, and feel like I've actually achieved something. And I've got a really good chance of getting a new 5, in pretty quick order. I need to book some more open mics now. This is what I keep saying. I've got a few in there, and that's where I'm gonna start building. Although this new stuff seems to be working all right, so who knows? But yeah. If you're still listening, I'm sorry. It's the morning. I'm tired. I'm practically asleep. I just wanted to air out some stuff because I think it's important when you're in it. People do it for different reasons. I think some people had a conversation with someone on Wednesday, who had just passed their 100 gig, and she was saying, oh well, now you kind of start thinking, what next? And it's so true. You start doing it and you think, all right, I've been doing this for a year or two. I've got 1 or 200 gigs in the bag, probably not 200, but certainly 100. You think, can I really be so bold and to try to do 10, 15, 20, 30 an hour? That's probably thinking too far ahead. But for me, it's about incremental growth, actually getting better. Not just the writing and the crafting and the joking, but being on stage and working stuff out, and being someone that is clearly comfortable on stage. Because when you see someone do that, it's just phenomenal. And I have spurts of that. Maybe I could improve, but it's just getting there. So yeah, it's been a good week, and hopefully you lot are enjoying the journey. Thank you for sticking with me to the very end of this. Really appreciate it. If you have, write a comment. I'll say that just because I want to know, has anyone actually stuck around? This one's probably going to be like fucking 30 minutes. Fuck me. Sorry, guys. Yeah. But we've got some good gigs coming up. Please come down to the OM Comedy Club. That thing is starting to pop. And yeah, we are on to the next one.